Hi guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial on my template 56. I have been making some lotus flowers and decided to make a quick video tutorial for you guys because they're very super simple flowers to make. So template 56, just a little background, she's been around for a couple of years now. She is the little sister of my template 7. So petal shape wise, she is very similar to my template 7. Only difference is that my template 7 was meant to make larger flowers. So if you do have my template 7, you can definitely make this flower. Just follow the same techniques that I'm about to show you because it only requires 2 petals to make her, and then the center is hand cut. So let me go ahead and show you what the template looks like. So this is template 56 right here. I do have a couple of tutorials under my saved highlight stories on Instagram, and there's, I believe I have one also on the little mini dahlia. I think I show you guys, which honestly it's very similar to this, guys. The only thing, this one is a little bit less petals. And as for the center, I definitely wanted to incorporate more hand cut centers because I know that's something that I get asked a lot, because I know a lot of you do not have access to Cricut machines or Silhouette. So I definitely wanted to get back to hand cut centers, just because I mean that's something that when I first got started out, honestly, I did a lot of hand cut centers. So I was like, let me show you guys a quick center that I actually had. I did show you guys this center if you're an old follower of mine, probably years ago, of something similar to this. So if you see it, if you're an old follower of mine, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, Karina, that you know, it looks familiar. So yeah, so I'm gonna re-show you guys how to make this center right here. Super simple, super easy. I'm obsessed with the flower. It's so cute. So yeah, so all you're going to need is your template, and you're going to need 2 petals only. So for today I'm using the 2 largest, but again, if you want obviously to make the flower smaller, then obviously then you would just pick the 2 smallest smaller petals, but I'm going to go ahead with the 2 largest, and you are going to need 15 and 10. Okay, you are also going to need something to curl with, so a wooden dowel. You're going to need scissors. Now she is available in SVG, so if you don't want to hand cut, there is that option, because I know I get asked a lot if my templates are available in SVG. This one in particular is not. All my templates still haven't been converted, but she definitely has been converted. A glue gun, so I'm going to be using my Surebonder Mini Detailed Glue Gun. I am also going to be using cardstock, so I am using 65-pound weight. So I'm going to be using this hot pink right here from Michaels, and then also this yellow from Michaels as well, both of them in 65-pound. That is ideally the weight that I use. And I'm also going to be, right now I just have them right here actually on my desk, but right now after this clip you're going to see I'm going to have my silicone mat that I like using. So I'll be using this one underneath, which I highly recommend if you want to protect your desk, to get yourself a silicone mat, especially working with hot glue. It does wonders. I don't know why I just recently discovered those, but they've been life-changing. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so here are my petals. So I have my 15 and then my 10. So for your first 5, that is going to be your flat layer. So I'm going to go ahead and grab those 5. So it's 5 of your largest, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a wooden dowel, or anything else that you might have to curl with, and I am just going to slightly curl both ends. Oh my gosh, why is it that every time I make these videos I can't speak? Ends up just like this. Okay, this is what we want. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to get your glue gun. Move those scissors out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and add a small dot of glue. I'm going to place the first petal, another dot of glue, place the next petal, dot of glue, and then my last petal, not paddle, my goodness. And then there you go. So this is essentially what we want, and as you can see, kind of right here has that hexagon shape. So if you do have those hexagon bases, I know some girls who actually do templates, paper flowers, they actually have template or hexagon bases. I don't, because I usually just wing it and do it myself. But if you have those bases, you can definitely use one of those. But if not, I mean, just like I do, I just go around. And the reason why I just do a little small dot of glue, because if you have to readjust, it's very simple to lift the petal up. So now what you're going to do is with the same color, so I do have an extra piece of scrap right here from where I cut my petals, as you can see. So I don't typically, if it's a good chunk of paper like this, I don't throw it away. I keep it just because I can use it, especially if I'm going to be using it to cover up the holes. So I'm going to go ahead and cut a circle that's large enough for me to cover up that hole right there. All right, sorry, I had to go ahead and grab another glue stick. So there we go. And then I am going to cover her up just like that. So now you want 5 more petals. So it's still the same size. 4, 5. There we go. So same thing, what we're going to do with these, we are going to, now up to you. I like to bunch them up all in 5 and then curl them. That way, you know, I'm not really wasting any time. You can do them individually if you want, but for me, this works with gathering all 5 and curling them. This is what we want. This time, we are going to go ahead and give a cut in the center. Now, I highly recommend, if you're working with hard cardstock, and especially if you're going to be hand cutting petals, to get yourself a pair of scissors that are meant to be cut through thick materials such as cardboard boxes or cardstock. These are my absolute favorite, the Carbo Titanium. I believe these are the 9-inch bent. I mean, they cut like a dream. Like, you just seen that. I just cut through 5 cardstock sheets like nothing. Like, they're amazing. So now that you have your petals just like this, you're going to get your glue and then glue it just like that. Okay, so you are going to do that to all of those 5 petals, and then you will be placing the petal in between that first layer. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so there are my 5 petals. So now we are on to our last 5, which are these size. Oh gosh, I hope I counted right. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, sure enough. So here are my 5. So we are going to repeat the same. I'm just going to make sure my pencil markings, because I just realized this one over here that I should have flipped it the other way because I had a little bit of pencil mark, but no worries, I can just erase it at the end. But these look like they're good to go. And we are just going to do the same thing. We are going to give them a curl. Now, I'm also going to be cutting in the center, but this time I'm not going to go in so deep, because the whole thing here with lotus flowers is that the petals kind of keep going up. So I'm not going to go as long as I did the other one, if that makes sense, the center cut, because I kind of want this to sit a little bit higher. So I'm going to go ahead and add my glue. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. And now you are going in between these 2 petals. Just like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this up and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so there are those 5. As you can see, such a simple flower. So now we are on to our next size of petals. We need 5 as well. Okay, you are going to repeat this same process of giving the petals curl inward like that. Grab your scissors. You will be repeating the same thing, but again, how can I say, the less petals that I have, you know what I mean, as this okay, let me explain this. The more in that your flower is going, we want these petals to stand up. So I want this a little bit higher, so I'm going to give this a kind of a, see how I'm kind of gluing it closer here to this end, because I want the petal to stand up more. Gosh, I really hope that makes sense. And we're going to go ahead and glue that in between, just like that. And apologies if you hear my toddler throwing a tantrum. I can hear him. I'm not too sure if you can hear him, but I think Daddy disciplined him. And yeah, he's in his room throwing a fit. So yes, guys, just go around and glue these in between. And just make sure you are careful with your glue, because you are working with hot glue. All right, we are done with that one. So we are down to our last 5. Let me just double check that I have my 5. Yes, I do. Repeat the same process. Just gonna go little snip like that. And I am gonna cross just like that. So this time I'm gonna add a little bit of glue only to this side. So if you're looking at it from here, I'm doing it to the right side. And then I am going in between. Just pinching it back here just so the glue adheres. And like I said, she's very similar to the dahlia flower that I have shared also with template 7, because remember, template 7 is the bigger sister of template 56. Assembled similar, less petals. The dahlia has a little bit more. But again, if you want to watch that tutorial, you can go under my Instagram, under my saved highlight stories. If you're wondering what are the saved highlight stories, they're the little circles that you will see on my profile. Those are all saved tutorials. Back in the day, I used to really be huge in making tutorials under there, the saved highlight stories, but now with Instagram, well, it's not called Instagram TV anymore, but like Instagram videos and reels, I've been focusing more on that, but you can still find tutorials, old tutorials on there, guys, that are helpful to you guys. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tuck in that last one, and voila, we are done. So as you can see, the petals are standing up. All right, so now on to the center. The center is very simple, guys. So you're going to need an 8.5 by 11, and what you're going to do is you're going to fold the paper in thirds. And this is typically what I do. I just kind of fold the paper in. Doesn't have to be necessarily perfect. I'm going to go ahead and crease. Okay, just like that. I'm going to open her up. So there we go. We got 3. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out. So there's 1. And there's 2. All right, so this is what we want. So I like to layer just because it makes my job Makes the job easier for me, but if you wanted to do these individually, you can. So I'm just gonna stack them up, okay? And we are going to cut out triangles. So essentially it's gonna look zigzaggy. So this is what you want to do. So again, you can layer them or you can do the strips individually. Up to you what you want to do. So there you go. So this is what you want to do, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here and I'm going to finish these up and I'll be right back when I am all done. All right, guys, so I have my 3 strips ready to go. So this is what you should have something similar looking like. Okay, so now this is an option if you want to do this. If you don't have your, like a foam mat and a rolling tool, you can totally use your wooden dowel and give these petals a curl inward. I just like using this. So pretty much what you do is you grab your tool. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this Miguel. I have shared one of my other absolute favorites from Amazon, the 4-piece styling tool. I will have it linked if you're watching this video on here on YouTube. But they're fondant tools that look exactly like this one from the McGill. And it's a 4-piece. So yeah, like I said, I'll have that linked below. I'll have this one linked below too, because I always get asked about this one. So pretty much what you're doing is you're just giving these a curl inward. So you guys see that? Just like this. Honestly, I find it very relaxing. I think I say that all the time when I am working with my rolling tool. I don't know what you call this. I call it my rolling ball. So this is what you want. But like I said, if you don't have this, you can totally just use something to curl with and just curl these inward. Just like this. All right, so let me go ahead and speed this up and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so my 3 are done. So just keep in mind the center is meant to look funky. So she's definitely a funky center. So there we go. We have our 3. So what you're going to do now, super simple, is now we're just going to grab an end, but you want the end that's inward. And we are going to roll. Okay. Once you reach the end, grab your glue gun. You want to go ahead and secure that. Glue, grab your next one, and we are going around. Glue, secure, and then add your last one. And roll. Just like that. Okay, so this is essentially what you should have, but I don't want it like this. I kind of want the I don't know what you would call this. This is the stamen, the inside, the pistils. I kind of want them curved up, so I'm just gonna slightly just separate them with my finger. Again, this is all up to you on your liking, but I'm just gonna gently separate them. You get the idea. I'm gonna stop right here because I'm probably boring you. But as you can see, it's kind of, you know, it's just when I was looking at lotuses, I noticed the centers were kind of like spiky and inwards. I hope that makes sense, but Google it. I know lotuses have different centers, but this is one of them that I noticed that I really loved. And I said, let me see if I can kind of get, you know, the feel of it. So there we go with the center. So go ahead and get your flower. And then obviously we need our glue. You're gonna go ahead and add your hot glue. Right? Flip her around. Place her in the center. Obviously kind of let her sit there for a couple of seconds so we know that the glue is adhering to the bottom. And voila, guys, you are all done. Super simple to make, or at least I think, and I hope that you also think that they're super simple to make. Let me go ahead and zoom out so you can see them. So yes, I hope you found that helpful. If you give these a try, please tag me. I love seeing your creations with my template. So again, this is template 56, and you can find her at www.arielelisedesigns.com. My Instagram is also Arielise Designs. If you ever want to message me, you can DM me directly, and I tend to, it's not that I tend, but I respond quicker through DM instead of comments, just because, you know, sometimes the comments just disappear, guys, and I don't see it. So I don't mean to be rude and not you know, answer you. I try to go back late at night when my kids are in bed to kind of get to them. But if it's a question that you really want to know the answer, DM me, guys, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.